what's interesting too is that we sometimes assume that an intention has to be like, oh, like the answer, like I'm going to feel XYZ, where the intention is like, this year I'm going to explore and find out what's the right level of energy, right? Like that in itself is an intention as well. Like we don't ever tell ourselves that like sometimes figuring it out, being willing to say like this year is all about experimenting because I don't have the answer, that in itself is an intention.
Yeah, I love that, and I think that's, like, the right kind of intention. If you're gonna set an intention without having the goal framework behind it of, like, what actions are you gonna take, the strategies and the tactics, right? I think it should be a, "This is what I wanna experiment with, explore, learn,
Mhm.
experience," right? I think that totally makes sense.
And what comes with that too is like, I think you and I are wired similarly is when I started my own business as well, I said something like that to myself. But I also know I don't like failure. Guess what? And experimentation, although it is, I truly believe that prototyping things and experimenting is a way to mitigate risk on a larger scale. I really do believe that. But at the same time, like you have to be prepared to like, oh yeah, I tried it this way and that didn't work. Right. And so
Yeah.
I had to also say, like, okay, that is my intention, which means it is asking of me not to consider myself a failure or whatever when the experiment doesn't work out and just treat it as a learning. Right. And so that's sort of both like a micro and macro moment of how we sometimes look at these intentions and goals and resolutions is that we're very quick to be like binary, like we succeeded or we didn't
Mhm.
versus like progress, not again, not to be so cliche, like put progress over perfection, but we rarely think about our intentions as like it could have stages. You can be
Yeah.
in progress.